you wrote this basically following 9/11, the tragedy of 9/11, what precipitated 9/11, the parallel with Israel is astonishing. And you did it in such a unique way. It's like a novel, but it's a history book. And it's a revealing of the Scripture. What prompted you, number one, to write this book?
Yeah, well, our ministry is outside New York City. We're in northern Jersey. So when this happened, we could actually see it happening. My wife, or at the time she was to become my wife, she was supposed to be at Ground Zero that day at the place at that time, but her plans were changed. And that happened with several people in our congregation, had the same story. So when that happened, I was praying, and and I was led to a particular passage or section of Scripture which spoke of the first strike when God was sending a warning to Israel. The first thing was this strike. And so I got that, and I found out later on that David Wilkerson, who was in Times Square Church, he shared a word to his congregation saying, there's a word that God has for America. And the word he gave was the same exact word that I was led to. And he said this without seeing the harbingers. A lot of things hadn't manifested that are in the book, but it's the same thing. A while later, I was standing at the corner of Ground Zero, and I was led, I was focused, my attention went to this object, which was the tree, and something said, seek this, there's something here. And as I did, it became the first puzzle piece of this mystery that kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger until I was blown away by it. And when I began to share with the congregation, everybody was blown away, the same thing. And they said, this has got to go forth to America, this has got to go forth to the world. And I didn't do anything for a while, but then every time I spoke about this, people were blown away. So I then was led to put it in a book form, and I decided, originally I wrote it completely straight nonfiction. I mean, it's straight as it is, because it is nonfiction, it's real, it's reality. But to reach more people, I decided to put it in a narrative by having a man called the Prophet who was sharing these 9 seals. Each one has a mystery to it, and to reach more people. And once I did that, it just flowed out, and in a very shortly, a few months, it was done. It flowed out as if it was already written before, and then it's gone forth, and and again, I've never written a book before, but it became, from the first week, it became a bestseller, and it's been that way since.
Now, the word harbinger, in Hebrew, it means the one who went before, or?
Well, a harbinger means a foreshadow, or it can be a herald, a foreshadow, forerunner. A harbinger is normally a foreshadow. It could be of a good thing, but it usually or often is of a warning, a harbinger of judgment. In this case, it's a harbinger of judgment.